Let's start this podcast with the jar of names. This podcast is for everyone, including but not excluded to this name that I have in my hand, who is known as 8-Ball Reaper. Thanks for, what's the word? Commenting, that's it. And, let's get on with the podcast. So this is a Cup of Tea podcast. This is the cup of tea right here. And this is the podcast. Right, so how are we going to start this then? Let's go on to the skip list first. You can go down to my first comment, or one of the comments, and you can go to skipping ahead of this podcast. You can go to the update, you can go to the topic, you can go to TV time, and you can go to this week's goals. Right, update. So, what are we talking about in the update? Well, unfortunately, details on my videos, like the logos and the actual details themselves, are a bit behind. I will do them as soon as I can, hopefully today. Maybe not today, maybe the next day. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully that'll get done soon. I don't want to get left behind again. Get so much bogged down with loads of stuff that I have to do it again. So I'll try and make sure that I do that quite soon. What else are we talking about? I think that's it for the update, actually. I think it is. Right, topic then. Shall we do the topic? This first thing I'm going to be doing is talking about this week's videos and what they are called. It's a little bit... I haven't got a complete list this week because it's a little bit weird with the names, because I forgot what I was going to call some things, or I don't know for some, which is very rarely happens now, but it seems to have happened now. But anyway, this is what we've got so far on my list. Today we have a podcast. That's what you're listening to right now. If you did not know, it's the podcast. That's out today. Later today on Monday, we also have another episode of Bioshock, because remember, Bioshock is now taking the place of Monday and Friday because Harvest Moon's gone into the year 3. So Bioshock we've got tonight, called Tommy's on the Toilet. It is rather humorous, rather funny, and I like it. But that's that one then. After that, we've got Tuesday, which we've got a Harvest Moon Back to Nature episode. It's called Sheep Female, which you have to check it out. It's kind of like a deep thinking about something and like a little question for you. But yeah, it's about... not really about sheep, but I talk about sheep and there's nothing else happening, so that's why that's that title. Wednesday, we've got 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. We've got one called Fishing for Power. Guess what we're doing? And then we also have another one on Wednesday of Dark Cloud called Caravan Move Out. Because guess what we're doing? We're moving on forward with the caravan. Thursday, we've got a Harvest Moon episode, whatever it is. No, Harvest Moon episode, yeah, I should just say it there. I don't know what it's called yet because I haven't actually recorded it yet. I'm going to record it on the actual day it's uploaded. But I'm not sure what it's called. Probably something to do with Spring Thanksgiving, because I know that's going to happen in it, but that's about it. Friday, we've got an episode of Bioshock, which I have recorded, but I don't know what it's called. What happens in it? I think we pretty much near enough finish an area, I think. I can't remember actually what we did. I know Tommy's on the Toilet is where we're finishing off an area. I know we're on the second to last area. I know that much. Right, but that's that one. And then the Saturday, we have 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. We have one that's called Gnome of the Week, or it's going to be called Bruce the Third, or it's going to be called Weeding. Maybe Weeding, or something to do with Bruce the Third. I'm not sure yet. And then we've also got something else that day called Slow Pace, or something else. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Something to do with slow, but we'll find out. And then we've got another episode of Dark Cloud on Sunday, because we've got an extra one, and it's called Whoo! Guess what's happening in that one? Right, and that's the titles. What's after titles? It is TV time. TV time is pretty good this week. There is all of my stuff that I watch has not been showing. It's sort of like it was on break for Christmas and stuff, and it's still not back yet. But what has started is 2 new series. Series I on BBC and ITV respectively. On BBC, it is War and Peace. It is that massive novel that people usually talk about, where it takes forever to read. They've made a TV series about it now, and I'm watching it. It is good. I'm going to be watching it after I've finished this podcast. And then there's another one called Beowulf on ITV. It's pretty good. It's fantasy medieval piece. It's like, I don't know if anybody saw Merlin on BBC. It had monsters, but the monsters never looked realistic, and it was all a bit silly. But people liked it anyway because it was just fun. Beowulf is like that, except it's a little more serious, and the monsters actually look a little bit real. Like this. Still look fake, but they do look more real than what the Merlin ones did, which I like, which is good. And the first episode quite good. I'm also going to be watching that later tonight, which is quite good, because I like those shows. But that is it for the TV times. Good shows, I recommend them. Probably more, depends what you like. If you like fantasy and more mainstream programs, if that makes sense, more mainstream geek programs, I would recommend Beowulf. But if you like sort of drama and sort of like that sort of style. And that it's just Russia in 1800s, 1700s, 1700s, 1800s, because that's 17, the year 17 something. Yeah, that's nice, but it's very drama heavy, so it's whatever you like out of those two. After that, we have the community section, where I need to turn over my page, where we're going to be talking about Mention Monday. So let's go on to Mention Monday. So this week we have a selection of names, 10 I believe. We have Horia, IlXXX Lupo, Anzehelfich Nadzda, Bleepipoop, DragonLord55511, Party Player, Gone Games, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2, Trinity Gamer, and B-Man Ben. So thank you very much for commenting, and I look forward to seeing your comments next week. What comments did we have this week that I can remember off the top of my head? People give me advice in Dark Cloud, and I think somebody wanted to play Dark Cloud, like the game. Yeah, basically he said he wants to play the game. I think it was B-Man Ben, but I'm not sure. But he said he wanted to play the game after watching it, and yes, this game does have that feel. Like I'm playing it literally right now. I'm just grinding while I'm talking. It is literally that sort of game where you play it, you want to play more, or if you see it, you want to play it. It's that sort of game. Right, but let's go on to the next one, which is it questions? It is questions. It is. Right, well, let's scroll down on my computer list. So this week we have a question from Bleepipoop, who says, "Hello, I have a question for you. I was wondering if you are still going to make an intro for your videos, and it's great that you may be able to do a playthrough of Dark Cloud again." I know, I agree about Dark Cloud, it's good. About the intro will never be on my gaming videos. I want the gaming videos to be like a gaming adventure. Like each one sort of leads into the next, if that makes sense, because there's quite a lot of them, it's like full playthroughs. However, I do want to make an intro for my other videos. Maybe, it's weird, I would like to do it for a podcast. I have an idea in my head, and I would like to do it for the couple of adventure videos, but I feel like the Jar of Names is sort of like my intro. But I would like to make a different intro. I've got an intro in my head, so I might make that and see how it goes for a while. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would like to make this one I've got in my head. So yes, is the answer to your question. Horiet says, "I have a question for you this week, including the riddle, which didn't make it into next week's cup of tea." I think it didn't make it in last week's riddle because it was sort of just over the week. If that makes sense, like I go back over the last week's videos and get it in, so if it's past that, I don't add it in. So if you want that riddle in, Horia, make sure you put it in this week's videos, because I couldn't find it, so I didn't know which one it was, so I haven't put it in this week. But your question is, will you ever do a Let's Play of a hard-as-nails game like Dark Souls or some other video game? Right, Dark Souls. I think I think I can do Dark Souls. I think. And at the moment, I haven't got it planned for my 25 Let's Plays. And when I say 25 Let's Plays, think of that as how often I do Assassin's Creed. When I've done the latest Assassin's Creed, which I think is when I actually did the guide, which was, when did I do this rough Let's Play guide? I think I got up to Assassin's Creed Unity. So I play an Assassin's Creed game every 3 games. So when I've done Assassin's Creed Unity, I will start a new list of games I want to play, so that could be on there. I'll write this down of yours as like a request, and I'll put that in the list. So maybe, yes, if I can do that sort of game, I would like to do that. An example of a hard as nails game, though, is a roguelike. I think I can do something called Faster Than Light, FTL. I would love to do that game, because I love that game, and I've got some good ideas for it, which hopefully will work out. So yes, I will be doing stuff like that in the future. Definitely a roguelike like FTL sometime in the future. So yes. Your answer to that question is yes, definitely to games like it. That game in particular, maybe not. Don't know yet. And then we have a riddle and a question from my Lord of Dragons, DragonLord55511 says, "Hello, Sir JDTwoSixTwo. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question: have you thought of playing any of the Final Fantasy games on the PS3? Riddle: who? Oh, let's do the question first. Right, I wouldn't mind. The only problem is the Final Fantasy games are. I don't think I'll be able to get copyright permission, so no. I think the answer to your question is probably going to be a definite no, but you never know. I never knew about Dark Cloud. You'll never know about Final Fantasy. But I don't think I can, because that's owned by Square Enix. And yeah, I don't think they do very well with the copyright permissions. I was going to say something else related. What was I going to say related? Oh, what game it was about? What games I was going to do? About Final Fantasy. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. The one exception I believe they have is that you can do Let's Plays of Final Fantasy XIV, the online MMO, which I've always liked the look of. I know people say it's not very good, but I love the look of it and I really want to play it. Hopefully certain circumstances will happen where I could do Let's Play of that one. It's an MMO, my first MMO it would be, which I'm quite happy with that. I do love the look of it. So maybe if certain circumstances do happen, I could do that Final Fantasy game. But the overall answer to your question is no, maybe one or two, if certain circumstances happen. But yeah, that's that. What is after questions then? We have subscribers. This week's subscribers, we've gone up 2 names. We had 1,106, and last week we had 1,104, and we've got 4 names. Maths doesn't work on YouTube. We have Ha Yoshi, Lee Mitchell, Chandra Irwan, and Azali Astina Utari. So thanks for joining the community. If you have... Oh dear. Sorry, something just jumped out at me in the game. If you have any scary moments in games that you know of, send it on a piece of paper to me via pigeon. Right, but what is else to talk about? Our subscribers, his question. Last week's question was, what games are you playing right now? Which I thought was quite a good thing, and I might actually make a feature out of that, because I do like this question. And we've got some answers as well, which is... it hasn't happened in a while. By the way, this podcast is going on for quite a while. Horiot says he's not playing any new games by the moment, but he's still playing Terraria. Good old Terraria. I do like the game. I'm watching an old video series of it at the moment. And yeah, love the game. I would love to do that in the future as well. Not sure when, so don't hold your breath. When I say I want to do a game, it means if I say I want to do a game, it usually means it's going to take a while. If I don't say anything about a game, it means I'm probably going to do it very soon. So just take that into consideration. But yeah, it's a good game. And IlXXLupo says he is playing Skyrim 2. Yes. And he also playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well. Yes, Skyrim. I'm not playing it at the moment, but I will be playing Skyrim soon. I was going to ask a question related to Skyrim as well. What was it about? I was going to say... what race do you play? And what sort of class do you play? Mr. Lupo or Mrs. Lupo, one or the other. Yeah, let me know which one, because I think that's quite interesting. And then we have a question from Anzefalgovich Nizda, who is also Nick Bro, says, I'm playing The Crew, which is that Ubisoft one. Is it the MMO, or MMO, the online racer game? I think it is The Crew, maybe? Yeah, not my sort of game, but hopefully it's a good game. Right, this week's question is, what games are you looking forward to in 2016? When I was getting this podcast ready, I was sort of looking at, what's the word? I was looking at games that are coming out in 2016. I think it was the top 50. 2 games that sort of stood out for me that aren't sort of mainstream, which I would like to see. Don't know if they're only going to be any good, but I'd like to see. There's a game called Endless Space 2. It looks quite good. It looks very similar to the space gameplay in Spore, but more serious and more like strategy. I haven't seen any more footage of it yet, because I was obviously doing podcast stuff, but I saw a little bit of it and it looked really good. So I would like to look at that. If you know about it, let me know. I think there's number 1, so if you played that, let me know. And the other one I saw was... I forget what it's called, but it's a bit like Chivalry, where you're... Sorry, damn goblin won't die in Dark Cloud. It's very similar to Chivalry, where it's first person medieval, but this is like there's fighting, you can build bases and stuff, or towns. You do town stuff. It's like a sandbox game, but it's medieval, which I like the look of. The only thing that puts me off it is the fact that it's first person. I don't like that, but I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll have a look. But yeah, let me know what 2016 games you're looking forward to. Like Far Cry Primal looks quite interesting, even though it's basically wild. And what else is there? I think that's it, isn't it? It is. This week's comment goes to Horia, who just made me laugh so much. In Harvest Moon, I've just had a baby, or Farmer JD's just had a baby, called Jellybee. And there was one point where Tommy, my dog, was looking after the baby, because me and Ellie went out. Or Farmer JD and Ellie went out. And basically, this is what he said. I hope Tommy and the baby get along. Wouldn't want the dog to get... jelly. Wah! When I say the wow thing, it's like, the old CSI thing where he puts the sunglasses on. Yeah, I just loved that horror. That was fantastic. I made me laugh so much when I read it, so well done. I will give you this week's comment for that. Right, what is else? I think that's it, isn't it? It is. So what is after that? It is goals. Last week's goals was to create one February document of one of the February's couple adventure videos, and it was to make sure I edit the joke video, which I did. The joke video was correct. It was uploaded on time, which was good, and I'm happy about that. This week's and the document, I didn't finish that document, sadly. But this week's goal is to make 1 or 2 documents for Cup of Adventure for February's videos, so I can get up to date with that, and then I can focus on doing other stuff, which is going to be like Let's Play Loot and then making new videos. Yeah, that's that done then. So quite a lengthy podcast at 17 minutes in, which is not too bad, but it's still quite lengthy. And I'm going to end it now then. So let's finish a cup of tea. That's it. And I will say, see you next time, until the next time we meet and all that sort of stuff. So goodbye. You know the stuff. And I will finish with what film? The Claw.